corrected. Good morning.
Carl says he's happy and stop the whole show. Cause hearing Carl's smile is a miracle, bro. From Cat&Jack is wild, cat watch you like a child. Toy spots, giant little daddy box. Catch the ding 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 winners, big never on the block. Then on your business ass, girl, what is going on in here? Can't wave your hands, you're just dreaming my idea. Go back to sleep, you're safe. Do it, hypnosis in the air. The capitals are no, so how we felt it in the chair. I'm embarrassed, I'm so embarrassed. That goes everywhere. Matters a lot, says you met the meanest.
I am really good, corrected. How are you? Have you been up all night? What are you looking at, Bella? You are funny. Uh-oh. I lost it, Jack. Ooh. I have lost Jack's snack. Yes, I did. I lost it, Jack. You're good too. I'm glad to hear that. You have been up all night. Do you sleep most of the day? That's right. You work overnights, is that right? We fell.
And I'm holding Jack like guilty, guilty. Oh, he knows damn well. That shouting. Fumble. I'm like a one stumble. Trap high, shaking like a
Ah, there it is, Jackie.
your brains come here, honey. Magic fingers wave around. Pull your heel like it's funny. Cassie was yelling, show your face. So camera switch to Debbie's place. There you go, dear. Is this the view you dreamed of anyway?
Good morning. What did I just see? Okay. Good job. Oops. Practice says yes. I don't get up till 10. Oh my goodness. You need to start getting up earlier. Oof. Well, you're up. It's early. What do you mean? Oh, because you haven't gone to bed yet. I get it. All right, let me check this real quick. Jackie boy. So you're not working right now? Okay. You okay, Bubba? I'm gonna take a stab. Kep, can I just call you Kep? Hello, good morning. Oh, you're not working. Living the life, staying up all night, sleeping all day. You're living my life, corrupted. You just stop that right now. Give it back. Shoot. Where's that phone?
Bill walks in saying, girl, I could sleep for hours. Says it feels like grandma's house. Craving, that's how it smells.
It's very noisy
Cat
now.
says, the smell of vision. Endless skin. John rolls in asking, how do I make him a housewife? Says he met her 5 hours ago, already been like cat last, girl, that's fast, but love is love. Little voice echoes, 5 hours, that's enough. Cat&Jack tearing up Cat's favorite shirt. Cat snatches it back like a sir. Stop being a flirt. Jack lunges again, acting while the name.
Hi, TLK. How are you?
Dog is outrageous. Henry says there's a body over there. Cat whispers, Henry, no, shh, we don't share. We keep our bodies in the closets. Decor. What kind of house is this anymore? Cat tosses Jack a toy box, hits his head. She runs over like, baby, I'm sorry. Guilt by his red.
Oh, by the way, didn't you just have a birthday? Happy birthday.
Myers asked for low waist cat. Cat paps, I remember those way back, but I can't wear them now.
We are good. Back to work today. You're very welcome. I hope you had a great birthday. Hello, sweet Marlin. How are you today? You did, TLK. Good. I'm glad. Uh-oh.
Members get it. Yeah. John rolls in asking, how do I make him a housewife? Says he met her 5 hours ago, already planning right. Cat laughs, boy, that's fast, but love is love. Male voice echoes 5 hours, that's enough.
Marlon says, I've been better, but I'm hanging in there, doing my best to take care of someone, but there's not too much I can do at the moment. That's a tough situation to be in. I'm learning that with my kids. There's not much I can do from here. It's a little frustrating. Oh man. Let's see what we can do here.
This morning on the live stream, I had to break the news
What am I looking for?
because Debbie
Thumbs up.
and me. Welcome to the plot twist. And I'm loving on Jack, giving kisses, being wholesome. And he stops me, leans in and sticks my hand like. So I tell him, yes, Jack. That's you, you stick. I'm offended. Next scene, Jack tells me to do something while I was successfully doing nothing. So I start hanging laundry, like the responsible adult I pretend to be. I walk into my closet and I'm like,
Don't look.
yeah, my house might look organized, but
Good morning, dear Carl. How are you, my friend? Ooh. You're a snack. Carl, what are you up to today, sir? You go live today, that's right. Carl live streams today, 8 p.m. Irish time. The dog is not speaking today. Why? TLK says, hey, would you like to hear my New Year's resolution? Of course. You weren't here, so I couldn't ask you on New Year's. So definitely tell me what your resolution is. I would want to try to become a movie actor someday. So your resolution is to do something towards that goal? You know, you have a YouTube channel. That's a perfect place to start practicing, perfecting your craft. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. What about being a movie actor is something that you're interested in? Okay, what was my New Year's resolution? I had a goal. My goal was to work on my debt this year. I have about $6,000 in debt. That doesn't include my house. This is just a credit card debt that I want to pay off, which is very possible. I've got myself set up very nicely to do it, so it should be easy. Carl says, I've been in transport videos. Really, Carl?
My dog is asleep.
Are they on YouTube?
And again,
That's very cool.
still asleep.
It sounds like a lot, right? It's really nothing in the drop of everything.
He snores. He sleeps in positions I didn't even know were physically possible. But sure, I'm the one who's supposed to be active. I watch him stretch, then fall back.
Okay, where's my? I gotta move my nose. This is horrible. Terrible. Okay, better.
Get a dog, they said.
Hi, Angie Davis. Sure, I remember you. How are you? Good morning.
Walking, running, living your best life, they said. Meanwhile, my dog is asleep. Again and again. And yeah, still asleep. He naps like it's a full-time career. He snores like he's been paid overtime.
Carl says, I like my latest short yesterday. I did not see your short yesterday. I did see your post. Do you want to drop your link, Carl? Angie, yes, and I spelled your name wrong. I made you a short, Angie. I said thank you for that. Shoot, I wish it was $100. I do remember what you sent me was significant enough for me to say thank you, making you a short. But I didn't have your handle, I don't think. So I couldn't actually tag you. Mr. Pontius, hello. Hi, Bay. Hi, doggy. Sleep good, baby. You are loved. Thanks, Bay. You're very nice. There we go. There is the link to Carl's short. I'm going to pull it up on my laptop. Oh my gosh. Carl, you are just really torturing me, aren't you? First thing I hear, can of Coke. TLK says, hey, I have a playlist called On This Channel. Is that right? Hey, Angie, by the way, again, thank you so much. Yeah, that's right. A playlist called On This Channel. Interesting. Well, your food looks good, Carl. I don't know about the other thing in there. I'm just going to let it run. I'm going to let it run for a few times, Carl. Give you a few watches. Angie, I bet you're the one. You're the one. We set a goal one day for just one gift. And you came in and you gave us the gift and fulfilled our goal 100%. Does that sound about right? I think so. And we were so excited. That was the first time we ever set a goal. And we set it really low. And we were thinking we weren't going to make it. And you came in and saved the day. Thank you, Angie. Cheyenne, hello. Carl says you can only send jewels within America. Really, Carl? I'll have to look at that. How are you, Cheyenne? Let me see if I can find that. View channel shorts. Um, Ariel, hello. Good morning. How are you? There we go. I found the link. Bella. I just got pretty thinking, where's that? He was doing something. I'm going to share this. Thank you, Andy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's the first time I ever set a goal and I met it. Well, how exciting. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh. I made the house feel there we go. Andy. Oh my gosh. I told you I remembered you. Let me drop the link. Let's try it again. There we are. There we go. My nose is killing me. All right, back to Suno. So, Carl, did you show me your video just to tease me this morning? BCJ says you are correct. Absolutely. Does it make a difference if it's just Jack's bed? Look at him wagging his tail. Oh my gosh. He's having a good dream. Oh my goodness, did you see that? Little Boo says, just saw a video of a person sleeping and now a dog sleeping. Yeah. Yep. You're right. There's a lot of sleeping going on, isn't there? Hey, but I love your black cat. That's amazing. There's dogs sleeping. There's just still pictures of dogs sleeping. Oh my goodness. I'm so sick. Okay, Carl, you have 20 likes now. And I'll leave you a comment. I'm not sure if I spelled that right, but there you go, Carl. I'm so embarrassed. Okay. Patricia, hello. Yeah, we don't need that on yet. It's a little early, huh, Jack? It's too early for all that. Really? It's only 3:19. Oh my goodness. Jack. It's going to be a very long morning, I think. I hope not. It's 8:19 here. Ugh. I'm ready to go back to bed, Carla. Tricia says, what a beautiful dog. What breed is it? Jack is an Irish setter. And he says, thank you. Come on, nose. Like a zombie. Hey, Carl, what do you think if we start live streaming downstairs? And Jack will still be on the bed, but I'm going to be on the treadmill. Does that sound fair? I have all this extra time before work. I should be doing something. Hi, Matt is alive. Matt is arrived, has arrived. How are you, friend? Are you doing well? Aria, the rescue dog, says 9:20 Friday here, p.m. Oh my goodness. That's right. You're in Australia, right? Patricia says an Irish setter, and how old is it? Jack is 5. He turned 5 in July. Echoes everywhere. Oh, good morning, Tina. Carl, thank you for letting me know to say good morning to Tina. Patricia, it's the very best age. He started doing so many things this year, well, last year at 5. And he just gets to be a better and better listening dog. He's still mischievous. That's the Irish setter. But overall, he's such a good dog. Man, I couldn't have asked for another dog. Carl, I refuse to read that out loud. I am not going to use profane language this morning. I refuse. Oh gosh. Matt says, actually, I've been feeling a little paranoid lately. I went to my local library and I asked the librarian where the books about paranoia are. She said they were right behind me. Boy, I just opened the door for you, didn't I, Matt? That's a good one. Matt, you changed your profile photo. Let me see if I can see it better. Okay, so it's more of a sketch of Mabel. Is that correct? Carl, Carl, your short is running on repeat. Pamela says, Miss Amy. Hmm. Who is Miss Amy? Oh, is that a little angel thing in your hand? Cool. Why is this like this? There we go. Better. Oh my goodness, here it comes. Patricia, not yet. He is getting. We're gonna get. Or my plan is to get another one in April. A female this time. Jack can't have babies, but we'll probably breed her at least twice. I have a plan to fill the area with redheaded dogs. Matt says, I had two sketches, one of Mabel done on Fiverr, and this is one of them. Okay. Is Fiverr an app that does that for you? Jackie. Danny, you are so right. I was just looking at him thinking the same thing. Although, he does get locked in a cage for. I try not to do a full 8 hours. I try to let him out in the afternoon, but for a significant part of the day, he has to be locked up in jail. So, not so much the great life all the time. I'm so embarrassed. Right, Matt, you are correct. Matt says, notice how when you sneeze really loud, Jack could completely care less. But if you open a bag of treats, he will probably go crazy over that. Carl, you stop that. I am getting an Irish setter that is in America. Carl, you know what? Carl, I know what's wrong. I love you, Carl. I love you so much. Yeah, I opened the snack bag in the kitchen. He didn't get up, but he was sitting up in bed. He definitely heard it. Oh, coffee. Fiverr is a freelance app for all kinds of digital services from people all over the world. Digital services, that's interesting. Patricia says, bless you. Man, many times because you were sneezing. Thank you. I guess we can get some cold medicine this morning. Jack Bob with a Kermit the Frog profile photo. I love it. Good morning. Carl says, I might show my my curse word glass on the live stream. I bet you will. You know what, Carl? It's a good thing I'll only be listening to your live stream since I'm working. Jack, tell Carl. We only drink Coke, Pepsi here. Look what you did to me. We only drink Pepsi here, sir. Tell him. Tell him. Oh my goodness. Um, I don't know if you would call them pets. I have chickens. I am not as fond of them as I am of Jack. Like, if I could find a good home for the chickens, I'd let them go. Hi, Ivy. How are you? Good morning. Happy New Year, Ivy. You're good. We are good, Ivy. We have a little cold, but other than that, that's my biggest complaint right now. Other than that, life is pretty dang good. Matt is alive says, I would love to have chickens and a dog, but I don't know if I could have them together. Depends on the dog. Carl says, I don't have any Pepsi anymore. It's down the sink. I know. I can't believe you do that. Ivy sends a heart and says, feel better. Thank you, Ivy. I will, eventually. Ivy says, hi, Carl. Hey, Jack. No, no. Hey, good boy. That's so fun. All right, let's do a time check. Oh my gosh, it's only 15 minutes later than the first time I checked. What did somebody say? There was people sleeping, there was dogs sleeping. That's what they had found on YouTube. Well, how's this? How about if I do both? There's no need to switch back and forth. Me and Jack will just go to sleep for you all. We could sleep for an hour, you know. What do you think? What do you think? You don't know what to think? All right. If I stay here long, I will not get back up for sure. Matt says, good boy, Jack. He's a very good boy. Patricia, I've had Jack for 5 years. Oh my gosh. Carl says, people turned against me yesterday. Where did this happen at, Carl? I didn't see this. I'm very sorry that happened to you, Carl. Ivy says, Suki doesn't want any part of being awake right now. It's way too early. What are you doing up, Ivy? Patricia says, that's a good long time. Yes. Well, you've gotten to know each other pretty well. T Dad, hello. Jack says, thank you. Ivy says, I go to bed early. My sleep pattern is weird. So do you find yourself, if you're up at 9 o'clock, it's way too late? Nate says, is the dog talking? Yes, he is. He's a ventriloquist. Ivy says, I kind of like being up like this. Everything is very quiet and calm. That's true. All your neighbors are sleeping. Carl says Tina knows about it and she's going mad. Oh no, Carl. We don't want Tina to get mad. T Dad says, like bed. Jack likes the bed. Ivy says, no barking dogs, lol, but the cats think they should be fed ASAP. Ivy says to Carl, Carl, message me and stop picking on Cat. That's what Ivy said. I heard her. T-Dad, hello. How are you? All right, there we go. My nose just finally cleared up. Ivy says, okay, I'm going to go get some more coffee. Have a great day, Cat. Thank you, Ivy. You do the same. I'm going to do my best, even though I'm working. Mm-hmm. Okay. Jack stomps his feet at me. I should put the lid on my coffee. T-Dad says, how many do I have? How many animals? I only have Jack. Indigo Dandy. I need to set up a YouTube channel for my dog when I'm gone. He doesn't pay any rent. Listen, you know what's happened for us? Jack has paid for his dog food for the past 2 months. So I don't think it's a bad idea. I mean, I'm not going to get rich doing this, but he is helping out. And good morning to you. Indigo Dandy says Jack is beautiful. He says thank you. You really cannot appreciate him until you see him in the sunshine. That's an idea. I like that. You know how they joke gingers don't have souls? So would they be somewhat like a vampire? So they would have to stay out of the sun or else they would go up in flames. And when Jack's out in the sun, his hair reminds me of like fire. So that's my next idea. Not that I want to burn my dog down, but I think it's kind of cool. Patricia says, I have one cat. Is that what's in your profile photo? But she does not pay for rent either. Okay. But the attention and affection that you get from your pets, is that something that money can't buy? Or could you say, yeah, a good shopping spree would do the same? Carl says, I have no animals, so no rent. Carl, is your Christmas tree still up? Bryce says, wake up, Roscoe. Time to earn your keep. Listen, he's so good he can sleep doing his job. It's staying up, Carl. Bryce says, I need his job then. I'll work for food and a gym membership. Good luck. Good luck with that. I love his job too. I saw that. It's staying up all year long. It's very pretty. I get it. I would want to keep it up too. Oh, everything's kind of repeating itself. At least on my TV. Bryce, you can see me if you go to my channel. I have shorts where I'm in it. Oh, the thumbnail on this live stream is me at work. Hi, Charlie. Good morning. How are you? 3:46. What did I do with it? Charlie says, I am good and I have my coffee. Well, all you had to do was say, I have my coffee, and I would know you were good. It's amazing to me how I lose stuff when I stay basically in this one room. How do things get lost? Charlie says Jack looks very peaceful there. He does. He's awake though. He's watching me. Aren't you, Bubba? I see you. Well, dang. Carl says it's too early for coffee. Carl, it is 8:46 there. What do you mean it's too early? What do you ever mean? In fact, I need a refill on my coffee. Okay. All right, I really need to blow my nose really good. Ooh, I almost did it without actually muting. There we go. Better. I can breathe. I'm so happy I can breathe again. Carl does his coffee in the midday. Shelly. Hi, Shelly. Shelly says, hi, Miss Cat. Love you, and hi, Sir Jack. We miss you too. I think I heard something about you'll be home. You'll be back home. I can't remember how long. It was either a month or a week. Thank you for stopping by. Patricia says, I drink coffee too, but only in the morning. But I have to buy more coffee. Coffee is getting expensive. What is not getting expensive? Okay, at the end of January. Okay, I was wrong on both counts. I drink coffee all day long. If I'm home, I'll drink it all day long. I'll go to bed with a cup of coffee. Shelly says we had a nice break. I'm glad. We are doing really well. A small cold, but we're pushing through. We are Benadryling it up. Carl, I told you I refuse to cuss. I am not going to say that cuss word in here. Shelly says eat lots of yogurt. It will go away. Well, I could try that because I have to buy some food soon. Like this morning, yogurt for breakfast it is. Yeah, that's how I cure everything. I promise. If I would just eat correctly, my immune system wouldn't be crap and I wouldn't be catching a cold. But I eat atrociously. It's really, really, really bad. I eat like a 5-year-old was allowed to pick anything they wanted to eat, and they do. That's me. You do too. Charlie says, Carl. Carl, friend, how are you today? But I never miss my break yogurt. Well, you've convinced me. Thank you. I'll skip the Little Debbie's this morning and get some yogurt. Kittle breath? Oh, kittle breath. You're lame. Miniature dive says the dog is so cute. Thank you. Daily. You eat oat yogurt daily. Got you. I used to. I don't know why I don't now. I can get back on it for sure. Charlie says I haven't ate yogurt in years. Oh, I got you. Wait a minute. Vladimir. Does that say Vladimir? Vladimir, you can't hide. Hi, Vladimir. Thank you. I was thinking about you and Basleo. Was it yesterday? I didn't see that picture that Basleo posted until recently. Shelly says yogurt is key to our gut and it will help build immune systems. Carl says, I don't eat yogurt. I only drink the C word. Charlie says, probably been over 20 years since I had yogurt. Hi, Vladimir. Enjoying the stream while working on the background. Well, that makes me happy to know you're in the background. Thank you, Vladimir. We love you. Shelly says, Carl, sorry you don't eat yogurt. It's her medicine. Charlie says, Carl, I hope things are getting better. By the way, Carl goes live today, and I can tell you 2 times 8 p.m. Irish time or 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So go by, say hey to Carl, make his day. Shelly says, I some days eat not so clean, but one thing I have stayed true to is one yogurt daily. You know what I was doing? You know why I stopped? Summertime. I used to make smoothies every morning, and I put my yogurt in my smoothie. It was like a frozen smoothie, and yeah, it's just so cold. I hate doing cold stuff on cold days. So thanks for that reminder, Shelly. Oh my goodness, what are we doing here? Mm. Shelly says, last time I got sick was 2 years ago, and I travel everywhere on planes. Hmm. Charlie says, I eat lots of meat slash poultry and tons of veggies and fruit. Well, that's great. Mm. Patricia says, Cat&Jack, I have to go to sleep. Have a good day or night, and bye for now. Goodbye, friend. Thanks for hanging out. I hope we get to see you again. Shelly says, so it works, my dear. And of course. Carl says, and if you come by my live, you will see a truck that Cat does not like. That is true. Shelly says, good night, Patricia. And Charlie says, Carl, how's the friend thing going? Let's see if you're still playing in the background, Carl. You are. Okay, we're not doing that one. Flora, hello. How are you, my love? Thank you for the like, Flora. Flora said hello. I think she means Shelly. Shelly says, hi, Miss Flora. How are you? Love you as well. You're good. I'm glad, Flora. Shelly says, stay blessed, sis. Thank you. You too. King, hello. How are you? Good morning. Charlie says, well, that's good, Carl. Keep up the good work. I missed what Carl said. You want to see my face, King? Sure. Shelly says she always calls me Sherry. Does she really? King the Bag says, what's your channel about? My dog. Okay, here I am. Is it all you hoped for? Where are you from? I'm from Maryland. We are in Northeast Tennessee. Flora says hello to King. Sure you do. I'm over here drinking tea. Can't you see me? You're just not looking. King Jack is an Irish setter. Charlie's laughing at Big Deborah. Shelly says, hi, King. It's about uniting community and awesome people chatting, but it's about the amazing Jack. Like and subscribe. Thank you, Shelly. That was very sweet of you. King says, I liked and subscribed. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you. How is Maryland? What's the weather like? I think I know somebody in Maryland. I'm not quite sure, though. My memory's a little hazy. I haven't seen them in my live stream in a couple of days. Aw, Shelly says, always, Miss Cat. We are already family. It's cold. Okay. Flora says, very true, Shelly. Aw. Carl. Aw, Shelly says, thank you, King, for liking this, subscribing. Carl says, if I go to Tennessee, I'll be opening a new factory next door to Cat's house. I don't think you will, because none of these farmers around here are selling their property. Trust me, I tried. When I was in a financially really good position, I tried to buy property around me. They ain't giving it up, and they ain't making no more. King says, what's the weather where you're at? It's mild. Yep, no wind and mild. It's probably about 40 out there right now. Shelly says, Miss Cat is always here for us all. Aw. Is that a Wonder Woman? No, it's a Wonder Woman blankie. Shelly, I was a 70s baby. So I don't remember if Linda Carter Wonder Woman was in the 70s or 80s, but yes. I was thinking about making her, seeing if I could make her a doll. You know how I like dolls. I don't know what's wrong with me. All right. All right, I'm still working on it. Wait a minute. Almost. Oh, now you can't see her face. I ruined her. Oh yeah, I was thinking. I was talking to Squirrel Sniper about Wonder Woman the other day, and he said, "Don't forget the cuffs." And I was like, yes, I need the cuffs to block the bullets. King says, do you like dolls? Do you collect them? Apparently I have a thing for dolls. I didn't realize it until recently. Shelly says, yes, Kat, that will be brilliant. Oh my God, and I love Pepsi. Her face is warped. Yeah, so I have two favorite women in my life, Lucille Ball and Wonder Woman. King says, Pepsi is my favorite soda. Dre says, Shelly says, so if Carl loves the cuss word, then I'm sorry, Carl. Team Pepsi, my friend. I have it on cheat days. I love that. Vladimir. Vladimir says, so how's everyone doing? I'm really good. I don't know about everybody else, but we are good. How are you doing, Vladimir? Oh no, Flora says she loves the cuss word. Shirley Temple, do you not notice how she somewhat resembles Shirley Temple? It's kind of crazy. Not Wonder Woman. Her and Shirley Temple are very similar. I just thought it was funny. Yeah, I love Shirley Temple too. I think my mom loves Shirley Temple more than me though. Carl says, I've Tina and Allie on my team. Shelley says, how are you, Vladimir? And she is well. Ariel, hello. Puppy says, yes. And hi. Billy says, little Debbie. Big Deborah. Little Debbie grew up. Shelley says, oh, by the way, I love Little Debbie snacks. I know. I understand. Vladimir says, I am great. Just got done with Christmas celebration. Exhausted but good. Nice. Happy New Year, Vladimir. Trey Sweet says, oh, okay. Where are you? Yep, where are you from, Vladimir? Says Shelley. Flora says Ariel. Hello, Ariel. Did I miss somebody named Ariel? Oh, yep, I did. Hi, Ariel. I'm sorry. Oh, no, I did say hello to you. I've lost my mind. Shelley says we ended our celebrations last week or so. Carl says goodbye. Wait a minute, Carl. Don't leave. Carl, I need to tell you one more time before you leave me. I love you, I love you, I love you, Carl. I'll see you at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on your live stream. I don't even know how to say this the town. Vladimir lives in Ethiopia, Shelley, originally from Moscow. That's a big shift, it seems. Shelley says, oh, okay. Flora says, hello to Vladimir. Shelley says, we celebrate Three Kings on January 6th. Huh, I did not know. Vladimir says, hey, Flora. Flora says, bye, Carl, blessed day. And Shelley is from Puerto Rico. I didn't know that, Shelly, but I did know that just because you've got that sexy mama Puerto Rican flair. You're also African American. You're both. Nice. Well, you're a beautiful mix. Listen, there's nothing quite like a Latina woman. Charlie says, I'm American and Italian. Shelly says, but my mom is African American and my dad Puerto Rican. Uh, Shelly says, my mom was my twin. Interesting. Shelly says, do you like Lisa and Cult Jam? I remember them. Vladimir says, so we've got British, American, Russian, Latino, African, Asian, and Asian community here at Cat and Jack's. I love that. Vladimir thinks most British though. Hmm. Oh, really? Shelly says she's celebrating her 40th anniversary and I did a tribute to her. Wow. I'll have to check it out. And they did a beautiful documentary on Netflix that isn't accurate. Nice. Charlie says you forgot Italian, but I'll let you slide this time. Oh, because her mom passed away. Oh, oh, she played her mom in the documentary, and because her mom passed away. Oh, interesting. The Tallulah shell. Hello, good morning. It is morning here. It is 4:11. 4:11 a.m. Where? What time is it where you are at? Shelly says she cried. You cried at the movie. Aw. Do you have a like a in real life relationship with anybody from that group? Vladimir says thanks for the mercy, Charlie. She was one of my idols, and around the time I wanted to be a singer as well. Okay, I see. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. That might be it. Wow. I really need another Benadryl, but I'll fall asleep. I know I will. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the blessing, Shelly. Philly says, what was that? Debbie sneezed. Flora says, sorry, Cat Jack. It's okay. Bless you, Debbie. Charlie says thank you. She says thank you. Oh, Shelly says, Miss Flora, I stopped by you today. Oh, Flora's already well into her day. She's already been live streaming, right? Faye says puppy bear. Aw, bless up. Thank you, Yogi. Good morning. Did you hear me talking crap about you this morning? My other friend from Maryland? Charlie says Flora is always doing some lovely cooking or cleaning. Flora says, thank you, Shelly. Shelly says, it's so hard, Miss Cat. Now that the numbers are higher and trying to keep everyone in mind. Yes, yes, I know what you're saying. Charlie says, hi, Yogi. Vladimir says, Yogi, brother, good to see you. And Shelly says, hello, beautiful friend Yogi. Flora says, thanks, chillin'. Charlie says, of course, Flora. And Flora says, hello to Yogi. Dre Sweet says, hello, Charlie. My name is Shelly. Good to meet you. Flora says, thanks. Good to see you, Yogi brother. Mm-hmm. Yogi says hello to everybody. Shelly says also after a long flight back and forth with fight back and forth with YouTube that they took 1,000 shorts. We got all of the content back. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. After 2 months. Shelly says, how are you, Yogi? And Yogi says, I'm good, Shelly. I'm finishing up with my morning writing. 4:17. Jack, you look like a bunny. Okay, back. Yogi says, no new book, Vlad, just my blog. Thanks for asking, my friend. Yogi, where can Vladimir find your blog? I know you post your writings every morning on your YouTube channel, right? Shelly says, nice, Yogi. Also, do you talk about grieving in your channel, Mr. Yogi? And Yogi says, we do, Shelly. And Flora sending love. Charlie says, I like Yogi's morning writing. Shelly says, I have a friend that lost her mom, and I have been helping his mom, and I have been helping him with this. However, I would love for you to talk about it if you do. Jackie, oh my goodness, are you comfy? That is definitely a not a care in the world pose. Aw, Shelly says, because your soul is gentle and so genuine, Mr. Yogi. I'm telling you, I agree with you. Yogi is kind of like Jesus in the way that he really only sees the best in us. There we go. Vladimir, headlessnow.com is where Yogi's blog is. Shelley says, because of time difference, and I can't make most lives until I go back home at the end of the month. But then catch Yogi's highlights, and I feel like I was there. Aw. Billy says, is he snoring? I don't know, but as soon as you asked, he got up. Yogi says, thank you, Charlie. Vladimir says, I'll make sure to check it out. Awesome. Catch. Oh, to catch Yogi, yeah. Billy writes, says, their dog is snoring. Billy, am I right in thinking you're the one that's from Maryland? Shelly says, I'm up on this mountain and some days no Wi-Fi. Hi. I'm just looking. Okay, I won't look no more. No, that wasn't you. Vladimir is asking Shelly if she camps. Hi, Bubba. Hi, Flora. Red River Valley. Where is that at, Billy? Right? Charlie says Carl complains constantly about having no friends, and I step up to talk to him multiple times, and he ignores my questions and my comments. Well, there you have it, Carl. Charlie, have you hung out with Carl on one of his live streams? If you get a chance to go hang out with Carl and just watch and get to know Carl, yes, go hang out with Carl and maybe that will explain some things to you. He's almost a different person when he live streams. It's fun. It's fun to see the difference. No, Charlie, really. Really, there's something you don't understand. And if you go hang out with Carl, you will understand. Really, it will change your heart a little bit. Shelly says, we have 14 dogs. Whoa. 14 dogs, 3 cats, and some chickens. Shelly says yes. Carl is sweet. You just have to go and understand something. Okay, Charlie. It's fine. I can't make you do anything. Jackie, I can't even make my Jack not groom himself on camera. Wow, Shelly says yes. 7 of the dogs are land dogs that protect us from coyotes, hyenas, and snakes. And 7 inside dogs divided in 2 houses. Nice. Wow. I love that. Really? If I could, I probably would. I just can't, so I don't. Megan Driscoll, how are you? Aw, and cats for love. Chickens for eggs. Oh, Megan says, hello, Jack and Kat. How are you doing today? I am doing good. I'm glad to hear you're doing good, Megan. We are doing well too. We're back to work today. And we cut wood daily. Do you have a chainsaw? Tell me you have a chainsaw to cut wood daily. Because I was liking what I was hearing. Charlie says, my cats are starting to wake up and coming to see me for morning hugs. Aw, so sweet. Vladimir says, do the land dogs ever get jealous of the inside dogs and vice versa? Good question. Are you done, Jack? No, Vladimir. Each of the groups have their own alpha. They're their own pack. They have an alpha in their packs and a different way of surviving. Vladimir says, yeah, wow. It is hard to imagine that how dogs think differently than we do. So your working dogs are not pets, right? That's what I've noticed about the farmers in Tennessee that have working dogs. The working dogs are not pets. Charlie says, I couldn't have just a working dog. Right, me either. But I didn't grow up here. I didn't grow up in this environment, so it's just foreign to me. And I used to live on some property, and there were sheep on the field in front of me, and they had guard dogs, and they were so beautiful, and I always wanted to go pet them and hang out with them, but they always told me, don't mess with the dogs, they have a job to do. But it was hard not to make friends, to try not to try to, but they really weren't, they had no interest in me. They followed their sheep all day long. Charlie says, right, lol, they do a good job too. Yeah. Because I was trying to think, how dogs sometimes do get jealous. Like if you're in a family, you have different dogs get jealous of attention. But I do recognize the difference just having lived here in Tennessee. Shelley says they have amazing survival skills and they eat wildlife and dog food. And dog food. Billy says they're like service dogs, they're not pets. I was thinking the same thing, Billy. Like I have a friend on YouTube who has a service dog, and I don't understand how it's not a pet. And she loves it, yes, but she got another dog to be her pet. Shelly says, and their breed is bull terriers and wolf. Wow. Shelly says, exactly, Billy. So Vladimir's asking about wildlife. So they are halfway domesticated dogs. Shelly says, if not, we get coyotes attacking us. Is that javelinas? Or wild pigs? Okay. Or wild pigs, and they will come at you like bulls. Wow. I've heard about wild pigs. I know they have them in Florida in certain parks, and you have to be careful. And you can always see where they've been because they are so destructive. Shelley says, yes, Vladimir. Charlie says, wild pigs can be nasty. I'm glad I've not run into any. Shelley says, yep, Charlie. And scary. Billy says, hogs are the worst things in the woods. She says, Chili says, and in the summer, lots of rattlesnakes. Vladimir says, what is the difference between wild pigs, hedgehogs, and wild boars? He says, all of them are just pigs. In it? No. Well, at least not the hedgehogs. I don't think. I know nothing. Shelley says, yes, I'm so high up on this mountain that the GPS doesn't even find the address. Wow. Seems like the higher up, it should be easier to find you, but nothing makes sense to me anymore. Charlie says, I don't know. I hate to be alone in the woods and stumble upon a hungry bear. Yeah. Billy Wright says there is a big difference. Shelley, thank you for fixing or for explaining that. Javelinas are wild, smaller hogs. 6,000 foot in elevation. I'm not alone. Vladimir says 6,000 with an exclamation point. I'm with my fiance and his family. Vladimir asks, is it hard to breathe up there? Hmm. If you go to Shelley's channel, she's got some pictures and stuff. Um, well, at least of her fiance. They're a striking couple. Shelley says, no, it's beautiful, and I see the sun and the stars like if I'm in the solar, as if I'm in the solar system and the galaxy. Your ears get a little muffled, but then it adjusts. Sounds wonderful. What is the temp right now? Town is an hour and 20 minutes away. You know what you need? Paramotors. You could paramotor down into town within like 10, 15 minutes. It's kind of like my dream, Shelley. There's a guy who paramotors from mountaintop to mountaintop over here in this area, and he visits these wild, like old amusement parks. It's just so cool. Because she's so far away, she buys in bulk. Billy says they fly those over my house. They had a moonshiners fly in last year, I think, that we went to, where they all congregated and it was up in the mountains. So they're sitting in a cloud. It was so cool. I loved it. Vladimir says, this is how I know America is so insanely big because 1 hour and 20 minutes drive is another country most of the time. So that's why you guys are able to travel so freely back and forth. Like when I hear somebody from the UK say, yeah, I'm going to go over to Ireland, like it's just a little trip. That makes a little more sense now. Thank you for that, Vladimir. Oh no, Shelly says, and guess what? I've seen hummingbirds almost on my lap. That's amazing. Shelly says, yes, Vladimir. And we have dirt roads for the whole ride. Billy says, I've been wanting to take lessons, but my wife is against it. Well, all I can say is it's expensive. I think a setup is like at least $10,000. But if it's something you really, really, really want to do, don't give up hope. And I think I'm talking to myself, Billy. Shelly says, it's a nice hobby. I think it will fulfill my dreams. So many of us dream of flying, right? I think it would fulfill my dream of flying. To learn to fly, she says, yeah. You can take lessons and fly for about $1,500. Really, Billy? Where are you at? I do have an airport that does like they teach you how to fly. Shelley says, I know all about the air more than the road because we fly model airplanes. Wow, nice. And Shelley agrees. She says, yes, correct. I'll have to look into that in my area. Maybe there is something and I just don't know. But ultimately, I think I would, but that's a great idea. Start off with just lessons. And 1,500 is more doable than 10,000. But eventually, if I loved it, I could sell my house. I could sell my house and I could paramotor through the country and camp out and stop. No, I would never like doing that. But I would like to have my own setup so I could just go. How long would it take to get to Florida? My butt wouldn't get sore from like sitting in the car the whole time. This is sounding really, really good. But how do I bring my dog? Lovely says hello, leaving my like and good night, everyone. Thank you for stopping by, Lovely. Thank you for your like and sweet dreams. We love you. Shelly says some places have a few deals and you need 33 hours of practice to get your license. Lovely says, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for that, Lovely. Lovely says hello to Flora because Flora said hi, Lovely. And Flora says hi, Billy. Lovely says hi to Shelly. I'm embarrassed. Everybody's saying hello to each other. 33 hours of practice is not bad. Thanks for that, Shelly. It's a few lessons, yeah. Like a few weekends. Or middle of the weeks for me. My weekends are in the middle of the week. Well, I would love to do that. So let's see if the universe conspires to make this happen. I would be totally open. Shelly says my kid's dad is going for it this month. Really? Awesome. You've given me stuff to think about. This has been a wonderful live stream. Thank you guys. Girl, I could sleep for hours. And I have a feeling Joey will want to as well. Numbers given.
Cat&Jack tearing up Cat's favorite shirt. Cat snatches it back like sir, stop being a flirt. Jack lunges again, acting wild and dangerous. Save the shirt, this dog is outrageous. Henry says there's a body over there. Cat whispers, Henry, no, shh, we don't share. We keep our bodies in the closets. Decor, what kind of house is this anymore? Cat tosses Jack a toy.
Shelly says he's always into new things. Vladimir says, so is a license required to paraglide in the U.S.? I wonder. Shelly says, Miss Cat, love you and thank you for being amazing and beautiful. Aw, thank you. Shelly says, no, not to paraglide. She says, no, it's not a requirement. Oh, she says, however, there's only certain assigned places that you can paraglide legally. Away from airports, I'm assuming. Shelly says, because of the public. Love is love. That's enough. Shelly says yes, usually in the beaches. and at a certain altitude. Four hundred feet up. Hi, Lady Sky. How are you this morning? Nice singing yesterday. I need one of my children to come visit me soon. Lady Sky says, I'm doing good. Cat and Jack, how are you doing? We're doing really good, Lady Sky. Thank you. Super, as a matter of fact. We've got all sorts of new things to think about. Bridget made it. Hi, Bridget. How are you, my friend? 444. Craving sleep. Bridget says she's okay, and you? I'm good. A little rough first thing in the morning. But now that I've woken up and sneezed a bunch and blown my nose a bunch and coughed a bunch, I think I'm feeling pretty good. Shelley says, good day, Miss Cat and Jack. A beautiful chat. Blessings upon you all. Thank you, Shelley. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for spending time and sharing your knowledge and showing me some of the things I dream about. Thank you, Shelley. We love you. 44 make a wish. It's already there. It's already gone. Vladimir said, bye, Shelley. Have a good one. Hi, village. How are you? Beautiful, beautiful village. Aw, Shelley says, thank you for allowing us to share. Well, yep. Well, I'm getting chills just thinking about how I think this whole conversation we had this morning was supposed to happen. Village is waving. Bridget says, hi, village, and everyone. How was work? Bridget says, Jackie boy. Jack's been out the whole live stream. But he was up a lot last night. I think his stomach was bothering him because he kept laying on me, like trying to put pressure on his belly, I think that's what was going on. Poor guy. I don't know what's going on with him. Oh my gosh, Bridget says my workday went so slow. No. Vladimir says, back to work, Cat. Have a lovely day. Vladimir, thank you for being here. Yeah, it's always great to see you. And I hope the rest of your day is awesome. I was thinking I was worried about my day going slow today, Bridget, but I have trucks to work, or I have one truck to work and 4 stores, so I'll be busy. So I'll be good unless I start getting up in my feelings. Sometimes I start feeling sorry for myself at work, like this is too much work, and yeah, I start getting all weepy about it. And I'd make my day stupidly bad when I get like that. It's so funny. It's funny now, but it's not funny when I feel it. Charlie says, see you later, Vladimir. There it is. Yay. Almost time for our friend Yogi. It is 4:49. I'm telling you, every time I gotta stop looking at the clock. Oh, Bridget says I got to pet a pug poodle mix today. I don't know that oh, a small poodle. Okay. Vladimir says, Arrivederci, Charlie. Arrivederci. I cannot do it. Italian accent. I won't even try. Was anybody in Yogi's last night when Toy Pups was doing accents? I don't feel so bad now. Charlie says, ciao. Bridget says, no, it was a pug and poodle mix, literally. Oh, it was 2 dogs. Okay. Charlie, you were there. She's hilarious. Charlie says, I agree with Yogi's description of her accents. I just assumed if you can speak more than one language, then you have a gift for accents. But she proved that assumption of mine wrong. I'm all crystaled up today. I don't know what that's about. Very wrong indeed. Bridget says, oh goodness, okay. She's going to break it down so I understand. As in, one parent was a pug and one parent was a poodle. He was shaped like a pug but had longer wavy hair. Okay, so it was one dog. Lady Sky says, I just need 19 more subscribers to get to 1,100, Cat and Jack. That's awesome. That's exciting. I know you said you're going to live stream here soon to make brownies. Is that what you said? So maybe you'll pick up some subscribers then. Exciting. Charlie says, Lady Sky, and claps and gives you an ovation. Good job. Good morning, Kumari. How are you? Good to see you. Charlie says to Lady Sky that he subbed. Oh, sorry, I blanked out for a second. Bridget said he was super friendly and was giving me kisses. Aw. I bet that's very interesting looking. You should have gotten a picture, Bridget. And you should have been like, guess this breed. Lady Sky says, yes, on my late dad's birthday, you're going to make brownies. And yay, thank you, Charlie. Charlie says that will be fun, Mary. It will. James says woof woof, woof, woo, and woof. Hello, James. Bridget says I wish, but I wouldn't have felt comfortable. Aw. If somebody want to take a picture, well, if somebody want to take a picture of my dog, I'd be like, yeah, you can take a picture of him. At the dog park, they were definitely taking pictures of him. I saw them. Charlie says my mother brought me some homemade brownies and cookies yesterday. Oh, nice. That sounds yummy. Bridget says, aw. Lady Sky says my New Year's resolution is to do more live cooking on YouTube. Oh, good for you. Nice. Well, that'll be a good start. And she says 36 days till Valentine's Day. Gosh, 36 days till it's over. I'm going to go see if I can find the biggest Hallmark card I can find, and I'm going to give it to Debbie, and we'll write like no football zone, like that. We will do no Valentine zone. or she could, never mind, this is supposed to be rated G somewhat. I was going into some wild territory there, thinking about Valentine's Day. Bridget says, I made an actual resolution of sorts. Match my co-worker's energy towards me. Is that good? Charlie said, I hope that's a good thing. I didn't even realize you said that. We were thinking the same thing. And she says, well, not necessarily. Oh, you know, I think it's an experiment, and you can come back and tell us what you have found. Charlie says, well, don't stoop to their level. Maybe she says, well, maybe I want to. Maybe I want to see how it feels to just let it all go. Well, Bridget, I hope you have nothing but wonderful coworkers coming across your path today. Super loving, super sweet, super helpful. Like the best friends you didn't know you had. There you go. That's my wish for you today. Lady Sky says, I went to Kroger's yesterday to pick up a few things that I needed, and they had Valentine's Day decor and candy out already. Oh gosh, they've had it out. It came out right after Christmas. It came out while Christmas was still out. Charlie says, I'm sure, Mary. Bridget says, yeah, true. I just get so down when they're all talking and laughing with each other, not me. Aw, Bridget, I love you. Aw, I'm gonna sit right here for a minute, Bridget, and just think about giving you a great big old hug. I love you, Bridget. I'm sorry. I love you so much. Lady Sky says, yeah, very early out, Cat&Jack. Charlie says, I understand the left out feeling. So did I. 13-year-old cat who was chubby and had a big old butt and people made fun of. And I was so glad when people just didn't notice me. I understand too. So my heart goes out to you, sweet Bridget. It messes with my self-esteem so bad, yeah. Hi, Anna. How are you? Anna says, good morning, Cat. Good morning, Jack. Good morning, everyone. Well, I doubled down on my wish for you today, Bridget. I hope you come across best friends you never knew you had. Anna says, good morning, Lady Sky. Good morning, Charlie. Bridget says, I try not to be a downer or a crybaby at work, but it's hard. Did you not hear me say earlier? Were you here when I was talking about how at work is usually okay until I start being a big baby. And I'm like, this is really freaking hard. And I can't do it all by myself. And I just go through this whole poor me. And maybe some of it is valid. Maybe it is too much work for me. I am a lot older than my coworkers. I'm twice the age of my coworkers. So I start feeling kind of bad for myself when I don't have help. And I can start being a crybaby at work, and that sucks because, you know, it sucks for people to see you crying at work. It's when I hate crying so bad, but then to let it out at work, ooh, it's terrible. That's a terrible day for me. Lady Sky says, "How are you, Anna?" Anna says, "I am okay. Thank you, Lady Sky. How are you?" Charlie's got to get out of here. There's too much crybabying going on. Charlie says, "See you at Yogi's. I need to check my basement. See you later, Charlie." Thank you for hanging out with us this morning. I did it the other day, as a matter of fact. Probably last week working a Walmart truck. That usually has help on the route. So, yeah. And I knew. I was like, oh God, don't start this. Don't start being a baby. Anyways, Lady Sky says, I saw a woman at Kroger's. She only had in her shopping cart Pillsbury brownie mixes, a whole cart full. Maybe she's selling them. Yeah, maybe. Homemade brownies. Anna says, how are you this morning, Kat? I'm doing really well. I don't think I'm going to be a crybaby today. I think everything's going to be really good. So I'm really good, Anna. How are you? Bridget says, I would have asked, did she save any for other customers? Oh no, why would you do that? Oh no. Lady Sky says, yeah, that's what I thought too. You know the stores don't care. Well, at least the stores I work at, they don't care. A sale is a sale. It doesn't matter to them. Making them to sell, yep. And Bridget says, I hate when one person takes all of one product. I get that. I get that. But why do we hate it? Why do we care? I'm just saying, because I've been there. I totally get it. We used to have these guys come in and wipe out our 2 liters because they were cheaper, and then they would resell them in their convenience stores. But why did I care? You know? Lady Sky, I love brownies. Oh my goodness. But I like, dare I say it, moist brownies. Anna says, I am okay. Thank you, Kat. Oh, I'm glad. Because share, she says, leave some for others. Yeah. You use soft to replace moist. Thank you. I couldn't think of what the word was. Soft brownies, yes. Oh, fudgy brownies. More fudge-like than cake-like. Oh goodness, 5:03. And I do have a bit of a drive this morning, so let me say goodbye. Jack, you want to say goodbye? I'm going to do a Jack cam before I leave, so. Yeah, I better get going. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm going to have a great day at work. Y'all are going to have a great day too. I command it. I make it so. And I'm the boss. So it will be. All right, guys. I'll see you later.